Thank you for joining me on Punk Rock Sherlock, and today I have a video that I'm going to cover. Are the Proudfoots living above their means? Let's find out. Now I know some of you are going to be like, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China or eggs in China? But it could be a cause of stress and strain within the marriage. And if you're strained in your marriage, you could possibly act out. So, are they living above their means? Okay, we know that Chris Proudfoot is a crane operator. And I've done research. I'm like, how much do they make? And I found online they can make anywhere from $22 an hour to $45 an hour, depending, I don't know on what. And this is according to Glassdoor. Now, another thing I saw said estimated total pay for a crane operator is $75,023 per year in Nashville, Tennessee, with an average salary of $64,876 per year. I guess that's after taxes. I don't know if that's what that means. Now, according to Economic Research Institute, the average overhead crane operator salary in Tennessee, I don't know if that's what he does. I don't know if there's different kinds of crane operators, but they make $61,131, or the equivalent to $29 an hour. So we've got a base pay of what we think he makes. According to ZipRecruiter, the average Brink security salary in Nashville is, as of March 2024, is $22.33 an hour, or $46,439 a year. Okay. Is Katie receiving child support? Probably. But is Chris paying child support? Probably. So I feel like those two cancel themselves out. If you've seen the videos, you've seen the house they live in. It's a pretty nice house. I've driven around that neighborhood. Pretty nice neighborhood. I've looked on, I think it was Realtor.com, and the house that they live in was bought for $641,000 on 9/19/22. So they've only been living in it 2.5 years. It's a 3,398 square foot house on nearly a quarter of an acre. So it's got land too. Okay. I don't know a lot about real estate, but let me just try to do a little figuring here to see what we can come up with. Okay, let's say they saved up their little pennies. Maybe they had little nest eggs. Maybe Chris's mom, the Bauer Soxes, gave them money. But let's just say they put down $80,000 on this house at 7.77% interest for 30 years with property tax, home insurance, all that. On a conventional loan, you're looking at about $4,685.58 with PMI. If they priced around on APR, they might get that payment down to about $3,500 a month. Okay? They have their RV, the SUV she drives, the truck he drives. Are they paid off? Are they paying on them? He's got to pay money every month for that space at the RV campground. And those, they could add up. I mean, that, you're talking with some of those that I looked at, they can go as high as like $2,000 a month. I mean, unless he's got a good deal, but it sounds like he's staying at Yogi Bear, and I can't imagine that those are cheap. And supposedly, maybe they do or do not have a motorcycle. I keep hearing talk about motorcycle. I've never seen them with a motorcycle. Of course, we don't know what's in the garage, so we don't know for sure. But I bring all this up to say, okay, let's go back to their pay. Let's say on the high end, Chris makes $75,000. Let's say on the high end, she makes $50,000. Okay, that's $125,000 a year for their total salary. Is that enough to pay $3,500 a month in mortgage. Whatever, if they're paying anything on their cars, which they're newer cars, so I imagine that they do. If they're paying, ever how much for the RV space at the campgrounds that he's staying at. Are they living above their means? Sounds like it to me. But again, I don't know. I don't know what they've got going on. Maybe they got some side hustles. Maybe Kathy and Terry Bowersox gifted them a ton of money. I don't know. But that would be a big cause for stress in the house. Money problems are one of the biggest stresses in marriages. And it would cause you to act out and maybe take your aggression out on either your spouse or maybe a child. Again, this is all in theory, allegedly. But I'm just trying to come up with ideas of like what could cause you to be on your breaking point on a stress factor, on an emotional factor, on a mental factor. Those are pretty good reasons to me. And I'm also curious if there's a life insurance policy on Sebastian. I've heard no one talk about it. I don't know for sure. But I know that people have killed for a lot less. So if money is an issue, this could be a motive. Again, these are all theories. Tell me what you think. Do you think, what they're paying and stuff, that's just normal and that income could totally cover all that? Or do you think that could be stretching it kind of thin? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and the videos I've put out, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. That would be fantastic. Click on the little button and you'll get notified when I put new videos out. And again, this means the world to me. So thank you so much for listening. And come back and see me again on the Punk Rock Sherlock.